In yesterday's class, we have discussed about 5 types of SQL commands. Okay. So in SQL commands we have 5 types. First one is DDL, so data definition language. Next DML, data manipulation language. So third one DCL, data control language. Fourth one TCL. Fifth is DQL, data query language. So data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, transaction control language, data query language. So these are the 5 types of SQL commands, 5 groups of SQL commands. So is my voice audible for all of you? Okay. So in DDL we have create command, okay, which is used to create the table. So create command. Next in DDL we have alter command, which is used to alter the table. So create is used to create the table, create command. So this is the keyword. Create is a keyword. Alter is used to alter the table. So alter is also the keyword. Next one we have drop command. So drop command is used to delete the table, delete the entire table. So these 3 commands comes in DDL, data definition language. Next in DML we have insert command. So insert is a keyword. Okay, insert command is used to add the data. See, create command is used to create the table. Just creating the table. We are not adding data. By using insert command, we are adding the data. So how to add the data is by adding the row. So when you add the row, simultaneously data will be added. So in that way only that syntax exists. Okay. Next, we have the select command. So select command is used to get the data from the database. Select command is used to get the data from the database. Next, update command. So update is a keyword. So insert, select, update, these are all keywords. Okay, update command is used to update elements here to update the row, to modify the row. When you modify the row, we are modifying the data. So when you add the row, you are adding the data. When you modify the row, you are modifying the data. By using alter command, we will modify the columns, not the row. So if you are modifying the columns, that means you are not touching the data. Just you are modifying the columns. So here you are modifying the row, means you are modifying the data. Either you add new data, either you update existing data or you delete it. Next DML command is delete. Okay. Delete command. So here to delete the row. So to delete the row, you are deleting the data. In DBMS, whenever you refer to the row, it is nothing but the data. Okay. So these are the commands of DDL and DML. So DCL, TCL, and DQL we will discuss later. First, we will go through these commands in detail. Okay. So today, I just I have said like headlines. Okay. We will see news headlines after that detail news. No, these are like headlines of the DDL and DML. Now in detail we will see. That is syntax of create command, example of create command, syntax of alter, drop command, and all. Okay. So one by one we will see in detail how these things work. So in DDL, okay, that is data definition language. The first command is create command. Okay. So syntax of create command is to write the syntax. So create is a keyword followed by a table. Table is a keyword. Second thing is not a rule that you are writing capital letters. Just to make the difference between keywords and identifiers, I am writing in capital letters. So in C++, we write in lowercase letters. So there it is a rule, but here it is not a rule. Just to make difference. So create is a keyword, table is a keyword, followed by the table name. So here table name is not a keyword, it is an identifier. So table name is an identifier. So here you have to put parenthesis, not braces, you have to put parenthesis, opening parenthesis. So column name, data type, you have to write column name, data type, comma. That means column 1. Next, column 2, data type. Okay. Top to column n, data type. For last column, there is no column. Okay. Then close this semicolon. In some SQL software, if you don't put semicolon, also it will work. But let us make a habit of writing semicolon in C++. So this is the syntax. Okay. So just copy this syntax. So later we will see. Before we go to the example of create table command, so we'll see what data types are available in SQL. Okay. Because generally when we store the data in computer, what are the things, that means how many types of data we can store. So if you type capital letter or small letter, or you can type digit from 0 to 9, or you can type symbols. In addition to this, see capital letter, small letters, digits and symbols. In addition to this, we can store the images. Okay, we can store the videos. Okay. So we can say text. Text means some paragraphs, complete paragraphs we can store. So these are the data we can store in a computer. So to store this data in computer, so what data types are required? So in C++, we know int, float, character, double, boolean. Boolean is used to store true and false values. Okay. So int is used to store integers. Float is used to store floating point values like that. So in SQL, what data types are there? We will see. Okay, you can just take this screenshot or you can copy it. The people just take the screenshot because anyways notes will send. Okay. So just take the screenshot and we'll continue. Okay. Yes, I'm recording. Yes. Okay, we'll see data types of SQL. Okay. So again, we'll come back to syntax of create command and example. So first we'll see data types of SQL. Okay. So how many data types are there and how to use those data types. See, SQL is very important for computer science students because whenever you work in companies in future, 100% you have to use SQL. See, one website, if you consider one website, complete website, in all websites, database will be there. Say, for example, Google, Facebook website, WhatsApp. Okay, in all websites, database will be there. To get the data from database and to display on the browser, SQL is needed. Structured query language is needed. So there you have to write the query. So in SQL, we will call it as query. It is program only, SQL program only. So in program, it consists of many queries. Some 3 to 4 queries consists. Query means like one set of command. If suppose if I get create table student, okay, just a wait. So this is called one SQL query. Okay, and below this you can write insert command. Insert into student values like this. So this is one command. This is one SQL query. So this is one SQL query and this is another SQL query. If you combine this becomes one SQL program. Generally in SQL, we will not call it as SQL program, just we call it as SQL queries. Okay. So data types of SQL, structured query language. Data types of structured query language. First, I will write the list. So one by one, we will discuss in detail. Okay. So these are the data types of SQL. Okay. So if you see two practical programs, we will not use all these data types. See, number, character, we have to these data types. And if we need to store date format or time format, we use date and time. So one by one we will discuss. Okay. So first one, it is number. Just look into this. If you have any doubts, you can ask. See, when we compare with C++, see in C++, if we want to store digits from 0 to 9, okay, along with decimal point, See, we have two data types in C++. If you are storing whole numbers, we are using int. So where we will store the values and like this, like 56, 75, 5, 10. So without decimal point, we will store whole number. It will not contain floating point values. So if you want to store whole numbers without decimal point and fractional part, then we will use the data type called int. So by using 0 to 9 digits and also decimal point, suppose if you want to store 5.25, okay, 6.00 like this. For this, we will use the data type float. That we know. Both types are numbers only. So if you say 3, central, 5, 10 and 5.25, 6.00, both types of numbers comes in category number only. But data type is different. If you want to store whole numbers, we are using data type int. It means indicates it is an integer value, complete integer value without containing decimal point or fractional part. But if you consider 5.25, 6.00, 5 is an integer and it contains a decimal point. 25 is the fractional part. Here 6 is an integer, decimal point, 00 is the fractional part. So for these type of numbers, we are using the data type called as float because it is a floating point number. So why they are calling it as floating point? Because it contains decimal point, okay, floating point number. So we are using data type float. So two data types are int and float. But in SQL, to store integers and floating point numbers, we have only one data type, that is number. So by using the data type number, we can store integers and floating point numbers, both types, integers and floating point numbers. By using the data type number, we can store integers and floating point numbers. Here we should notice how to use this. See, whenever we are using the data type, see in C++, let us once again recall the syntax. See, data type, okay, data type, variable or we can say identifier. Data type, identifier. So this is the syntax of declaring variable or we can say identifier data type in C++. Okay. In SQL, what happens? This identifier will come left side, data type will go right side. That's the difference. Okay, in SQL. So I'll write the SQL format of using the data type. Okay. So here identifier meaning we have to mention the column. Identifier is nothing but column. Because in table we are storing the data. In table means whenever you are storing the data in table, you are storing in a column. Just remember this. When you are storing the data in table, you are storing in a column. For every column, column heading will be. That column heading is nothing but column. Got it? So when we are storing data in DBMS, that is particularly RDBMS. RDBMS means Relational Database Management System. Here relational means the format of table, that is rows and columns. So when you are storing data in table format, that means you are storing in a column. So for every column, column heading is there. That column heading is nothing but column. And for that column, say if you are storing integer number, floating point number, characters, then you have to mention the data. So column name, here comes the data. So this is the syntax, general syntax. Okay. And depending on the requirement of example, will change. Okay. Now for this, for number, how to use this? Let us write the example. Example. First, you have to write the column name. Say in student database, columns will be like roll number, name, marks, percentage, total. These are the columns in student database. In employee database, employee ID, name, designation, salary, address. These are the columns of employee database. So if we consider student database, for student database, table will be named as student. For employee database, table will be named as employee. So we consider student database. In that, we consider roll number column. So I can write here ROLL. This is the roll number column. It's an identifier. I said already. So you have to use the identifiers and write ROLL underscore NO, right? Or RNO, right? Whatever. So column. After column name, you will write the data type. So data type is number. Because for roll number column, we are storing integers. Okay, so we have to use the data type number. And here one more thing. See, for number, this thing like data type, we have two things. That is n comma d. Okay, n comma d means this n indicates number of digits in integer part. N indicates number of digits in integer part. Okay. D indicates number of digits in fractional part. Because by using number data type, we are storing integers and floating points. Both here we are storing. The numbers of format 56.510 and also 5.25 like this also we are storing. So only here it is like a function n comma d. N indicates number of digits in integer part, d indicates number of digits in fractional part. Now for roll number column, okay. See here I write the syntax. See here directly if you write the example and explain, that is also fine. Okay. Say number is the data type n comma d. Number is the data type n comma d. Okay, n indicates number of digits in integer part, d indicates number of digits in fractional part. For roll number, there will be no fractional part. That means roll number will not be in floating point numbers. So directly we can go for only n. Okay. So roll number maximum. If you consider like there are 100 students. So from 100 to 999, that is 999, 3-digit number. Okay, if you consider less than 100. That is up to 99, 1 to 99. It is 2-digit number. Okay, 1 to 99. 100 to 999 is 3-digit number. That means if there are 999 students in a class, then you should use 3-digit number as the roll number. If there are 99 students in a class, then you have to use 2-digit number as the roll number. If 99 plus 1, if there are 100 also, I have to use 3-digit number only. Okay. If there are 10 students, so if there are only 8 students or 9 students, then single-digit number as a roll number. Okay. Now, keeping that in mind, if you give 3, now it is that. And if you are giving 3, the students are only 99, it's not a problem. Because 99 up to 99, it is 2-digit number only. So 1 to 99, it is 2-digit number only. From 100 to 999, it is 3-digit number. So if the length is more and if the number of digits you are using is less, it's okay, just like an array. If I enter int of 20 and if you're storing only 5 values, that's fine. But you cannot store 25 values, 30 values. Okay. So here you give at least one more. If you are storing 2-digit number as a roll number, give 3. If you are storing 3-digit number as a roll number, give 4. Like okay. So number of n, that is the syntax. N indicates number of digits in integer part, n indicates number of digits in fractional part. Roll number is the column. The column is nothing but you can consider like an identifier. Using identifiers, you can write. Number is the data type here. Okay. Number is the data type. So this is the n, number of digits in integer part. Okay. You can just look into this. Those who want to take screenshot, take it. I will just wait for 2 seconds. So meanwhile, if you have any notes, you can use. So after a few seconds, I will start. Okay, we will just look into it. So any doubts? If you have any doubts, you can ask. Don't hesitate. Okay. Okay, fine. So next data type is CHAR. Okay. See, this data type is used to store character type data. Just in C++, how we are considering same thing, character type data. And the very important thing is whenever we come across character, okay, generally how we think is capital letters, small letters will come in character, but it is wrong. All the categories of keys on the keyboard comes in character only. That it is, see, it may be capital letter or small letter, capital letter A to Z or small letter A to Z, right? Or it may be digits from 0 to 9, or it may be any symbol. Okay. All these categories of keys, capital letters, small letters, digits, and all the symbols comes in character type data only. That means whatever data you are storing, if you are storing your name, it comes in character. If you are storing in your roll number, that comes in character. If you are storing percentage, that comes in character. Provided if the data type is CHAR. Because to store roll number, I can use data type number because roll number is an integer. So roll number only if you want to store it as a character. For example, roll number 5. If I want to store it as a character. So write 5 in single quotes. That is in C++. Write 5 in single quotes, it becomes character. Okay. 5 is an integer. 5 in single quotes is a character. 5 in double quotes is a string in C++. That means any type of data you can store it as a character provided the data type should be CHAR. Okay. And here, when we use CHAR data type in SQL, so if I mention CHAR of size, CHAR of size, it acts like an array. Array means you can store one or more characters. So in C++, what happens if you want to mention it as an array? So I say CHAR of 20. Then I can say I can store more characters in variable. But here directly you can say CHAR of size. So within parentheses, if you say size, Then how many characters you want, those many characters get stored. So this is, you can consider this like a syntax. Okay. Then coming for an example. I already said in SQL, always examples, for example, you have like column names. Column names are nothing but identifiers. See here I have written roll number is a column for student database. Number is a data. Similarly, in student database, if you consider name is one column. Database means data put in table form, rows and columns form. Student database means student data put in table form, rows and columns. So when I say rows and columns, roll number can be first column, name can be second column like that. So name is the column. Name followed by CHR of, if I say 25, that means 25 characters long. Those many characters. So this is an example. Okay. So name is the identifier. Okay. So in BPMS you can consider it as a column name. Name is nothing but the column name. Here also, roll number is an identifier. It is nothing but column name. Roll number is the column name. Okay. And CHR is the data. CHR is the data. And this is the size. So if you are showing name in the name column of 25 characters long, then you can do 25. 25 or less than 25. So whatever size you are doing, less than that or equal to that, you can store. Okay, here also. Roll number, name, number of 3. 3 means not 3 numbers here. 3-digit number. 3 means 3-digit number. 2 means 2-digit number. So 3-digit number maximum is 99. So if you are storing roll number as 1000, it is not acceptable because 1000 is a 4-digit. Okay. So that means number of digits is a number. Here, number of characters is the digit. You just look into this. Those who want to take screenshot, you do it. Okay. So any doubts here? So if you have any doubts, you can ask. So next data type is, see we have VAR, CHAR, VAR, CHAR2. So the difference between CHAR and VAR, CHAR later I will tell. So actually, when we work with SQL programs, right now, that means whatever the programs you are executing in second PUC, it's not required actually to know the difference. But knowledge-wise, I will tell later the exact difference. So how we work with CHAR in the same manner we do it. So with memory level there is difference. We'll see later. But when you write the command-wise, it's same only. See here. See examples are right. If I take name column, if I'm using if I take combination column. Okay, that means combination is like PCMC, PCMB. So if you consider PCMC, so how many characters are there? 4 characters are there. So PCMC, PCMB, 4 characters are there. So I can use the data type called as CHAR of 4. So if you are storing combination information in a column called combination. So for example, if you consider the student table. So first one roll number, second one name, third one combination. Okay, so you can use the column name in short form like COUP. So like this, and the next column you can consider like address. So roll number or integers restore, name, combination and address restore a characters. Okay. So for combination column, if you are storing essentially 4 characters, this is the size. Next, so for, you can use where characters, COMP, VAR, CHAR of 4. Next, COMP, VAR, CHAR 2 of 4. You can use any data type, doesn't matter. I said, with respect to memory level, it is a difference. There is a difference, I will tell later. But when you are writing as a program, you can use anything. For combination CHAR, or combination VAR, CHAR, VAR, because here CHAR means character. Okay. CHAR data type is used to characters, store characters. VAR, CHAR, where is used to store characters. Where 2 is also used to store characters. All 3 data types are used to store characters. Characters means all capital letters, small letters, digits, symbols, anything. Okay. So, if you want to store address column, so you can say address and VAR, CHAR, or VAR, CHAR2 of, say for example, 50, because address contains many lines, right? Many characters. So, you can say size is 50. So, in this way, we can use the data type of SQL. First, you have to mention the column names. Okay, next, you have to mention the data type. And you have to mention the size. Column name, data type, and size you have to mention. So in case of C++, that size directly is there. For example, if you say int A, or integer 2 bytes of memory, directly is like that. It's inbuilt. Here also, inbuilt size is there. You are storing numbers, some size is there. But here, in column, when you are writing, so how many digits long, how many characters long, that we are mentioning. Okay. The next data type is date, okay, and long. See that last 2 data types, that is raw and long raw. So these 2 data types, they are not mentioned for the syllabus in detail, syntax and example. Just you consider it in a list of data types, you consider it. Syntax and example is not given, let's not worry about that. Next, date and long. See, when you are storing the data in a date format in database, then you have to use this date. Okay. For example, if the column name is DOB, date of birth, DOB means date of birth. If the column name is DOB followed by, you have to write the data type, date. DOB is the column name, date is the data type. Date is the data type. DOB is column name and date is the data type. Okay. Coming to the long data type, see in C++ also we have, if suppose if I am using int A, okay, int A. So in variable A, I can store up to maximum 32,768, or if it is negative number positive number 32,767, negative number 32,768, approximate 767, 768 approximate. So up to this limit, I can store the value in A. If you want to store more than that, then I have to go for long int. Long int means greater than 32,761 also you can store. If you are using long int. Similarly, here also, here long data type is used to store description like data. To store description like data. See, for example, if you want to store the college information, which contains some 2 pages or 2 paragraphs, okay, in MS Word document, if it contains 2 pages or 5 pages, then you can use this data long. So description type data we can store. So how to use this data type is, we consider description as the column. Okay, description. Data type will be long. This is the difference. Remember, the data type long is used to store description like data. So it is used to store text only. Group of characters only, capital, small letters, various symbols only. But the length of the data should be more. In that case, you can use the long data. So these are the data types of SQL. So number, CHAR, varchar, date, long, raw, long. So these two data types are not given examples in this example. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, so now we will discuss one by one command. So that is DDL, that is data definition language. So first command is create command. Create command or create SQL query. Okay. So for this the syntax is create. So create is a keyword. Create table. Table is a keyword. So wherever I say it is a keyword, how to remember exactly? It means you should not change any letter. So for example, if instead of writing CREATE, correct CREAT is wrong. So it will not work. Okay. So compulsory it should be CREATE. You can use either capital or small letter depending on the software. But it should be create, full word, create table. After table, we are going to write table name. So this table name is an identifier. So whenever we say identifiers, we remember identifier rules and write your own identifier. It's okay. Capital, small letters, digits. You can write symbols except underscore is not allowed. Underscore symbol you can write. So then followed by that brace. Sorry, parenthesis. Do not use brace. Okay, parenthesis. So first we will mention the column name. First column name you have to mention column name 1. Followed by that you have to mention the data type. Data type like number, characters, varchar, date, like that. So column name, space, data type, comma, again column 2. Okay. Column name 2, data type, up to column name n. Column name n, data type. See for last column, no need to write comma. It should not write also. So for just before the last column, you have to put the comma. For all the columns, you have to put comma. For last column, you should not put comma symbol. Then you have to close this with semicolon. Just to make a habit of putting semicolon. In some softwares, in SQL softwares, without semicolon also it will work. Okay. So this is the syntax of create command. So create is a keyword, table is a keyword, table name is an identifier. So you have to remember the identifiers and write. And when you are writing table name, in DBMS, if already the table exists, so it will say table already exists. Okay. If the table already exists, it will say table already exists. So in addition to identifiers, one more thing you have to remember is if you have created already one table in the DBMS with the same name, then you have to change the name. Okay. Then column name 1. Column name, see these column names are also identifiers. Okay, these column names are also identifiers. Table name is an identifier, column names are also identifiers. And these are the data types of SQL. So, data types of SQL. Just like in C++ we are using data types, here we have to use the data types. See, when once you learn one programming language perfectly, in most of the programming language we use those terms like keywords. We already used in C++, identifiers. Those also already used in C++. But the way we use in other languages it will be different. But concepts we are using. Say create and table are keywords. So keywords concept we know. Words which have predefined meaning in programming language. Table name and column names are identifiers. So identifier also we know. Identifier is the name given to the programming element. So here for SQL programming element we are giving the name. So how to give the name for programming element? Say you have to remember the rules. That is keywords should not be named. That means keywords not allowed. Okay, when you are giving identifier, keywords not allowed. Then blank spaces not allowed. Okay, so when you are giving identifiers, blank spaces should not be there. Okay, then third symbol except underscore is not allowed. Symbol except underscore is not allowed. So this you have to remember the rules to remember. Okay, symbol except underscore is not allowed. Fourth one is starting character. Okay, starting character should not be repeated. Okay, should not be repeated. Should not be repeated. So if you remember these four rules, you need not by heart any ideas. Just remember the rules and write. Keyword should not be there, blank space should not be there, symbols except underscore should not be there, starting character should not be there. Later it can be there. Okay. So just look into this syntax and these rules. So if you want to take screenshot, you take it. So after a few seconds, you'll find it. So meanwhile, if you have any doubts, you can ask. So any doubts? So I hope till here you have understood. So if you want me to explain any concept till here, what I have covered, I will do it. Okay, so one example we will see on this create command and we will start the class. Okay. So when you open the Oracle software, so the screen, I hope you saw when sir showed you the lab. So on the top portion we write the command, on the bottom portion it will display the output. Okay. So here we will write the command. So SQL command we will write. Okay. And here we will come across output. So now here if I write the create command, what output it will be displayed I will tell you. So for example of create command. So example create. So I am writing with lowercase letters only. I hope you already got to know that it is a keyword. Create table is also keyword. Create and table both are keywords. If suppose I am writing student, so here student is an identifier. Create and table both are keywords. Student is an identifier. Then in student database, so the columns present will be like roll number column is their name, address, phone number column. Okay. So you consider three columns. So roll number column, okay, name column, and we consider marks column. Three columns will consider roll number, name, and marks. For roll number, we are storing only integers, so we'll take it as number. Number of, let me consider 3. So for roll number, I am storing roll number is a numeric format. Okay, only integers will storing. Name will consider BARCHAR. Okay, where let me say like 25. See, BARCHAR is character type data only. Okay. For marks, again we consider number of, let me say 3. Okay, so this is how we write. Got it? So this is an example of how to write the create command. And this complete command we will write it. Okay, on the top portion. So we consider this as the screen, Oracle software screen. So here we will write the command, SQL command. Here we will get the So when this command is executed, so I have to click on the run button which is present on the top right corner of the software. If you click on the run button, here we will get the output. See, actually after this command is executed, one table should be created. One table by name student. By name student, table should be created. These are the column headings of the table. Student is the table name. These are the column headings of the table. Okay. But in the output it is not displayed. Remember, in the output it is not displayed. What happens is this table is created and it is stored in computer memory. Okay, it is stored in computer memory as a database. In the output it is not displayed. Remember, in the output it is not displayed. When you type this command here and click on run button, in the output what it is displayed is it just displays the message table created. Okay, so here it will display the message table created. Got it? Just try to understand. When you execute this command, it displays the message table created. But if you want to come to know whether a table is created or not, see, once it is displayed, table created message is displayed. 100% table is created without any error. But if I want to know that the table, column headings, table format, if I want to know, there are other commands. Okay. So with this command, you get the message table created. Okay. And just note down this. Have any notes.